Josh, are you there?
There you go. Is there bears in Canada? Oh, yeah, of course. Of course. Hey, Brooklyn's honeybees. What's up, Brooklyn's honeybees? Good to see you, Brooklyn honeybees. Hey, Jay. Yeah. Can you have one of your mods or stuff?
There. Hello, Miss Andale. Is that better, Raquel? Did I figure it out?
Yeah, you started early.
Well, I
We
don't
could
know how
start.
Mitchell does it to do the couple of us thing for a while.
Just enter studio. Don't go live, but that's all right.
No, you said it last night. Don't let Josh near a computer.
Did you put an avatar up on your?
I don't know how.
Okay, so like when I look at StreamYard, I see my picture on the bottom with the three little dots. Do you see yours with the dots?
Besides
Click on
yours,
those dots.
oops.
Hello, everyone coming in.
Okay, but see, I don't have no pictures on here yet.
Well, you have to have a picture ready because you click on the plus sign and then you pick the picture you want and it's there. I just did it right before you started this.
Let's see.
It looks dark because he's sitting in the basement.
I may run upstairs, take it upstairs here in a minute.
Is Mitchell coming?
He's supposed to be. I'll have to figure that out because I was going to put just my channel logo as my avatar, but I don't know how to add it to the thing here yet.
Do you have it saved on your computer?
I don't have anything saved on my computer yet. Hi, cousin.
What kind of computer do you have?
HP.
Because I don't know any other computers except for mine, and I airdrop mine all the time.
See, I don't have a Mac anything. Let's see who's in here. My cousin Courtney, White Family Farm. Hi, Gil.
Yes, Josh, you could put a picture of anything up there.
Tina Ladybug. We're going to go upstairs here in a minute. I'm going to do this.
How are you going to do that? Leave me alone.
I'm here. Just hang tight. Unplug some garbage here. Grab a little fancy webcam thing I got to add to it. You're not alone, okay?
I could show everybody this. I just got this from Spring. I ordered myself one. It's awesome.
Now they
and you don't have to have a small logo. I blew mine up to fit the whole side of the coffee mug. Well, that's what I'm using it for.
All right. I got to figure out how to set up that Spring thing too.
If you I'm going to go back and say hi to everyone because I don't know what to say. Hi, Andale. Hi, Camp Patton Family Compound. Hi, Tina. Hi, Wide. Lazy Acres. Did I say Tina? Ask me a question, Josh.
How are you?
Not bad. I think I'm cutting hay today. Well, not me, but hi, Jan.
Sorry, everybody. Raquel warned everybody last night. Don't let touch your computers. Get out of the way, Gunner. Where's this cork go? Is this better?
For light, yes. You need to get one of those ring lights. I think it'd probably be just as dark in my house right now. But I was walking around Walmart and there was no price on the ring light. And I asked the lady who was working there, how much is this? And it used to be like $80 or $90 and it was on sale for $40. So I snapped it up and it comes with a tripod.
Really?
And you guys probably have things that are cheaper all the time. Everything's so expensive up there.
This stupid thing hooked up. I had this working earlier. I was messing with it.
You shut your mic off. Say something, Josh.
Is it back?
Okay.
Am I not working again?
You're really, really quiet.
I should have done this a half hour ago.
I hear you better now.
Okay. Well, I got the little mic thing plugged in over here. Where is Mitchell? He's
You
going to
started early. Did he know that?
He always knows that. Hi, Jan. Glenn and April, Handale. I think I said hi to everybody.
Hi, Deborah.
Hi, Deborah.
Hi, Desiree. They're coming up faster on my phone than they are on StreamYard.
That's what I'm looking at here. It's hi, Desiree. It's doing the same thing for me. I don't know why. Where's it at here? No, deck on it. I ain't got a notification yet. I probably won't because it's on my channel. That's what I was gonna text Mitchell. Where are you at?
Oh yeah, I just did the same. Except I don't have a direct line to him.
I just texted him. See if he shows up or not. Gunner, quit. Sorry,
Hi,
my
Creative
boss is
Redundancy.
looking his butt. Hi, Creative Redundancy. Gunner, go away, bud. Go. Go lay down. Goofy dog. So, you want to... I should have done that, Andale. You want to tell us a little bit about your channel?
I don't know what I would consider it. I don't know that I would consider it a homesteading channel. I just, hi, Mitchell.
Hello.
I think I just videotape anything that's going on around here. I've been having some success with horse videos lately, so
I don't want
I
that.
might.
How about that?
I'm gonna make
That
people
better?
dizzy. I might start sticking with just animal videos because they seem to get the highest views, and it's easier because I don't know, going live. The live I did the other day was all right, but I wasn't on camera. I was showing everything else, so I guess I just show anything about living out here. I don't know if I found my focus yet.
Wendy.
I think I don't know. I think it's the vlogs, just a vlog style. I wouldn't necessarily like. I get what you mean, like like Cottonwood Ranch, Hendrickson Family Farm and Skinner Farms. Like I just show that's just the name of our farm, right? Is as a
Right.
family, and I see what you mean. It's just you just got to find what your niche is in your vlogging or however you want to do it.
Well, that last, not my live, but the last video I posted was an 8-minute of 2 horses, and I've already gotten more views than I have subscribers. So, and I didn't do anything. I turned the camera on for 8 minutes, threw a song to it, and I'm done. So I don't know. I think I'm so new that I'm still testing out what works, and
Look at my last video, that short video of me and Caden on the pallet jack. I
yeah,
got over 15,000, almost 16,000 views on. It was just the dumbest thing.
yeah. Well, I got 8,000 on the horse picked up the bucket in his mouth. So
I don't get it. Mitchell, you got any suggestions? Should I just start doing
No.
pallet jack videos? I mean,
It's funny that some of the things that actually make I don't necessarily say good content. I think people just want to see goofy stuff,
Warren and Tarsha.
hi, Torsha.
I think is the main. You just gotta, I don't know.
I'm like, which way do I move here?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that there's a right answer.
My name is in the way, but I want to stand up here. I just got one of my shirts ordered from Spring 2, so I'm branding today.
I seen the cup
see
on
this?
your
Her
Instagram?
avatar is there.
Facebook.
Oh, okay,
I
yeah.
like her avatar thing there.
No, they seem to have nice stuff. I just can't order it all at once because it would cost a couple $1,000s.
So I have a question, Raquel. So your trailer,
Which I don't have just yet.
So the one that you got, or getting, or potentially getting, however you want to look at it. So it's a 2-compartment. It's not a slant, right?
Correct. It's 2. I think the trailer is 7 feet wide, and it's 2 7x10 box stalls, I guess is what you would say. And then
Yeah.
there's a 4-foot tack room on it.
I think really those are like the more versatile trailers. Like
Well,
the slants.
no.
What?
Go ahead, finish.
I think the slants are nice if you're hauling a lot, and the horses aren't. If you have a kicky horse, it's really nice too. Because we have one of our old horses. He's like 30. He's almost 30. He's like, you put something behind him, he's kicking it. I don't care what it is. He's kicking it unless it's a human. He is not kicking a human, but he will kick anything else behind him. That's one of the nicest things that about the slants.
Is that a registered horse?
Yeah, he's a
What-
AQHA.
What bloodline?
I'd have to look at his papers. I don't remember off the top of my head.
He's got so many, you can't remember them all.
Yeah, I never asked or I never came up in conversation. How many does he have?
I don't remember. But He's got more horses than I have cows. I know that.
I don't know if I remember what I was going to say. I think about the trailer. If I ever had to, I used to take my dogs in my truck to the vet. Now I could just throw them in there, and it would be like them sitting in a room somewhere. So it's not only going to be for horses, but I'll tell you, the gooseneck on it, I could throw a mattress on there. It is so big, like it's big enough for a bed mattress. And if I loaded up supplies, I could go and camp out, go for a trail ride. Who knows? Maybe I'll do that when I retire.
A friend of mine at work just got her a new horse trailer. It's got the living quarters in it and everything. I don't know exactly how big it is or anything, nothing, but she left on a ride to go camping and do a trail ride yesterday. So
those
she was all excited about that.
Living quarters are crazy expensive. So, and then Mitchell, that's why I was asking you to look it up on the internet, because I know I'm being taken. I cannot walk into, if it's buying a vehicle or whatever, I can't barter or the price down or whatever you call it. Haggle.
Why?
Go lay down.
Okay, so
hello,
if somebody walks in and says, I'm going to pay cash, what's the best price? That's a conversation I can imagine having. Yeah. I need to get credit. So it's almost like I'm begging, please give me this trailer. Like, I'm not putting a penny down on it. My first payment would come out mid-September. And I said I'm not in a hurry to get it because I don't really need it till maybe October. But it's there and it's the only one. So that's why I said, what would it cost up there? Because I know in the end, with taxes and the interest rate, I'm probably going to spend about $50,000 on that thing.
Well, and honestly, that's probably about normal, depending on the exact trailer. The trailers and like pretty much everything has skyrocketed. Like it's unbelievable what some of these trailers cost today.
Well, it's a
cost.
2021 is the year.
Yeah, I mean that you can still barter even if even if you are financing it. I think because they're not the only person that sells it. So, well, they may be in Canada. I mean, close to you too. So, I mean, that might be here. We have more options. There's trailer companies. One in Oklahoma City, one in Tulsa, one in Kearney, one in Perkins. I mean, they're all over the place.
Yeah.
So,
see, I'm kind of in between the two major cities in Manitoba. Winnipeg is an hour and a half east of me, and Brandon is an hour west of me, and there's nowhere else. So then you would have to go to another province, and our provinces aren't like your state. So you would have to take a day to travel to the next major city. Well, I could get to Regina in 4 hours, but there's nothing in Regina. It's the town they say rhymes with fun.
Yeah. I was going to leave it alone. I wasn't going to say
that one.
That's their motto. I did not make that up.
Starving Pig Barbecue. What's up, buddy?
So, I don't know. There's tons. So like we have like Feather Lights down. I mean, there's tons of trailer companies. D&D. I mean, they're all over. So here, trailers are everywhere. I mean, there's trailer manufacturers. There's like 7 or 8 just in the state of Oklahoma that are big ones. So it's
we have a small trailer sales place here in town. It's Spencer Trailer Sales, but they just get. You can bet. I think you can order whatever you want, but we get Diamond and Featherlight and all kinds of different trailers here. But I don't price them because it ain't gonna do me any good. I can't afford to buy the stupid things.
right.
They had some really nice Wilson trailers, but they were stock trailers. They were for cattle, so they're not as tall on the roof, and no tack room on them, and 10 grand more than what I was looking at. I don't know if the aluminum is thicker or what, but
Well, did it have aluminum floor?
it was all aluminum.
So, because the ones with aluminum floors seem to be higher than the ones with aluminum sides, and they have just wood decking down.
No, I have an aluminum floor and I'm getting the mats with it. And then there's a whole bunch of different lights. Like I've never seen that on, because the trailer I grew up with, my dad built it from scratch. So I was used to always a 16-foot steel trailer.
Yeah. It's crazy how light these aluminum trailers are now. I mean, it's...
Well, that was another thing when I looked at, it's 24 feet long with the 6 foot or so gooseneck. So I'm looking at hauling 30 feet with just a half-ton truck. And I can, because it's only 5,000 pounds.
Well,
that's a Chevy, so you're going to have issues there anyway.
You know what? I don't plan on maxing it anyway, but they say the payload is 13, but you never max that out anyway.
So the only thing that I would suggest, Raquel, is getting the airbag tow package that you can buy. You can buy airbags for the back of it that go where you're in your leaf spring, like your leaf springs, and they have it. It just keeps it from sagging down too much, because it will sag down quite a bit with a half ton. I wore out so many transmissions with the half ton. It's not, I won't buy another one unless my kids are driving it or something.
And so why is that? Because my dad just told me a story of a lady who was pulling, I don't know if it was a gooseneck or a bumper pull, but it was just an empty trailer. I don't think it was like a stock trailer. I don't know what you call those, like a flatbed trailer.
Yeah.
But I think she was maxing it out. Is that the problem? Did you blow your transmission because you maxed the payload?
You don't necessarily even have to max the payload. The transmissions just aren't built heavy to pull all the time. Like we have a trailer hooked onto our truck pretty much 3 out of 7 days a week. So whether it be hay trailers, but and I'm hauling lots of weight. I'm not hauling just stock trailers. I mean, I haul tractors around 12 round bells at a time. I mean, it's, there's just a lot of weight.
A lot of it is,
sounds like
I think, is the overdrive button.
Yeah.
If you hit the overdrive button, that's a lot of it too, because that's where you're trying to get too much speed and too much. You got too high a gear, basically, I think.
Well, so it changes your shifting pattern. So, so instead of shifting at like 1200, your truck will shift at 18. And I'm just using those as an example. It'll shift at like 1800. So it shifts at a higher RPM, so you're actually putting more torque down, and it won't let it get into overdrive if you don't get to overdrive speed.
I'm just gonna nod because I have no idea.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of variables. There's a lot of variables in there. I mean, because you can't get to overdrive if you're not going 60 miles an hour. Most vehicles shift it into overdrive at 55.
I just meant for the, like you were saying, the shift pattern. It changes your RPMs, and you're not pulling as much, putting as much on a tranny.
Yeah.
To do that. So
and what is 55? What's the conversion?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Is it like 60? Might be 100-ish. I don't know.
Yeah, somewhere in there. Like most of the. So, I kind of pull trailers fast, so I don't know. I've never looked at my speedometer deal. Like the other day, I was going down the highway and I looked down and I was going 80, and I had 10
Oh,
round bells on it. I'm like, oh, I probably had to slow down a little bit.
that's crazy.
That's me. I'm just, go. And
Yeah. Well, but like my pickup doesn't. It has 500 horsepower to the rear tires, so it will move whatever you put behind it. And if it won't, I'll put it in four-wheel drive, and I can still get it to go.
okay.
I'm Googling
60
this.
equals
That's
100.
crazy. You said you were doing 80?
Here.
Yeah.
There you go.
Someone
That's
said 60 is 100.
128 kilometers per hour. Our speed limit is 110. And I wouldn't even travel the speed limit with a load. I would go
So-
maybe 100, which would be your 60.
So we can get down the interstates like I-35 and 40 that run through Oklahoma, and like they're 80 mile an hour. So
Yeah, see, that's why I don't travel much, because I'm white knuckling it everywhere. And what did I do last time I was there? I went to Tennessee to pick up my the mom dog that I have. Every time I passed a bridge or went over a bridge, because we don't have bridges like that, at least where I live, I had two hands on the steering wheel, and I was just like this. And I
Yes,
would
you do.
pick it up because I was driving my Camaro. Oh, it drove me wild. Like our bridges are what? 20 feet long, maybe 100 at the most.
yeah.
Small town.
But so when we went to Germany the last time, like we hopped on so the Autobahn goes all over Germany. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
and like if you get in the left lane, and there's a car coming, you better get over because you don't know how fast they're coming by. And we're in this. It was a minivan because everybody was with us, And it was a Ford Galaxy minivan. And we're going down the Autobahn, and my boy, he's in the back seat, at the very back of it. He's like, Dad, there's this red car, and it's coming fast. And so I turned and looked, and by the time I turned and looked, it was way back there in the mirror. I turned and looked, and it was just like, woof. I was like, holy cow, they were moving. And we were going 120K kilometers, 100, whatever the...
That's because it's a Ford.
Yeah. That minivan would cruise, man. It was pretty fun to drive.
I remember back in when I was a kid, I never had one. My brother had a '63 Ford Galaxy, and those were big and bulky, and they weren't big for the time, but for nowadays they were nasty, ugly looking, great big tail lights. But those were the hot commodity, and that's what everybody uses up here for drag cars now, just because
That's what my
they
nephew
were
has
so
one.
light.
Is that what you guys drive, Fords?
I do.
I drive it. I like Ford. Ford is like my preferred vehicle, but I have a Dodge with the Cummins in it.
A friend of mine here has an old, I don't know, I think it's like a 1960 Ford pickup with the Cummins, the 5.9 Cummins in it, and he will give you the F around and find out trophy. It is hot. I mean, that's one thing about them Dodges. They put good motors in them.
Yeah.
See, I'd love to have diesel, but it doesn't make sense because it's not going to start in the winter, and they cost about, I would say, on average, at least 10,000 more
Hi,
Oh,
Tom
yeah.
Miranda.
because of the engine.
Hey,
So
They are.
So and like right now, they're having trouble getting the chips for the truck. So I could sell my truck right now for probably 15,000 more than I paid for it.
And see, that's what kills me about the diesel.
they should just make them without the chips.
Yeah.
Go back to the way they used to make them.
Well,
They used to, everybody bought diesels because it was so much cheaper than regular unleaded.
well,
And it
and
yeah,
now-
should be because it's not
And they got-
refined as much.
Exactly.
it's a
And
byproduct.
they got better fuel
Yes.
mileage and everything. So finally the car companies caught on to this and just started jacking the price of diesels up, which is ridiculous. And gas companies done the same thing. They're like, oh, hey,
Well,
everybody's buying this, so let's do that.
Well, I mean, you drive around like Stillwater. We have that
Oh, it's
Oklahoma
all that
State
one.
University there, you have so many of the college kids driving diesel pickups that have them all lifted and everything else. It's like, well, you have. There's no way you can even use that truck for what it's meant for.
I don't know. I am the second year of a 6-year loan on my truck. So I got 4 more years to pay for it. I can't think of getting a new one right now.
Yeah, it's and around here, pickups are just because we're in a really rural community, like big farm community. So there's trucks and stuff everywhere. Like 3/4 ton, like diesel pickups. You could go to the gas station and there's probably 3 of them in the parking lot.
I don't know. I work on colonies. Do you know what Hutterites are?
No.
I don't know.
What was the eye roll for? What, just explain it to me.
Sorry, I had to let my dog
I
out.
don't know. I know they have colonies in, like, they always go visit their relatives in the Dakotas. So I know they're around, but the comment I was just going to make is they've got everything brand new. They got the best equipment. It's like $1 million equipment, and they always have the top of the line diesel trucks, everything.
Hi, Dancing Danny.
You did you ask your wife, Mitchell, where she saw Clinton
Oh.
Anderson live?
It's hang on a second. I'll ask.
What's in your cup, Raquel? Tell me you're not drinking coffee.
It is. It's coffee, and it's actually, this thing is so good that it's still hot. Usually coffee goes cool.
I don't
It's
like
on
coffee.
his. It's on his member. Like,
So you have to be a member to watch him go live.
yeah.
Yeah, he's a pretty good businessman. Raked in
Yeah.
millions off of that stuff. But I bought this one, and then I got him to sign this one when I met him. And that was the only reason we went. I took my daughter, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago, and we drove all the way to Colorado and stopped at every place on the way there just to go see him. But I only lasted a year on his membership because it's expensive, and I bought all the video sets. The I don't know what the first one's called. If it's beginner, intermediate, and advanced. I haven't even opened the advanced package.
Yeah. So
There's-
what I find, I think he is really good for the horse community because there's so many people that have a misinterpretation of what it takes to break a horse, and I think he shows it really well.
Yes.
But that's the way that he does it is kind of the way that I was shown how to do it. Other than, like, we turn our horses, we would break them whenever I was a kid. We would break them as 2-year-olds and then turn them out until they turned 3, and then we'd ride them at 3-year-olds,
Yeah.
so they could finish developing before you really hurt their back and stuff. I think that's the biggest problem with horses is that they're breaking them too young. Just my opinion.
Well, breaking them how? As in riding on their back? Because you can
Yeah.
start training them as soon as they're born.
Well, I'm talking like riding them.
Oh, okay.
And going out there and competing on them and riding them every day from the time that, because they just do it based on, a lot of people just base off of a 2-year-old. They'll just go out there as a 2-year-old and just ride them every day.
Mhm.
And I think it hurts their backs and their joints and everything else, because the horses that we broke as kids, I mean, people are still riding today. And then you get a lot of these competition horses. I mean, they're broke down in 5 years.
Yes,
I mean,
pineapple.
they're having hock injections, fetlock injections, spine issues. Just my opinion. There's no scientific stuff there, but
Are you
Yeah, I
calling me
don't know.
sweetie, Danny?
That horse that I just had in my live, he's like 12 or 13, and he's never been touched. And I still plan on maybe
What's
put him
up,
into a
MB?
harness, pull a little sled around. Shh. He doesn't have any bad habits though, because he hasn't been touched.
He got sidetracked.
No, I was going to show a picture of the. This will be the last horse that I break
Why last?
because my body just can't handle it anymore. Hey, share that screen. She's at Pepto Boodens, or no, she is a instant dual ray, and a son of Leo falls off of her papers. A direct son of Leo falls off of her papers. She's just turned a year old.
See, I was into all that. I was breeding horses, and then I ran into some financial trouble, and I never paid 1 year. So I went on their bad list, and I still owe them for registering two mares off of my stud, but they never had any colts to register. And then I just thought, this is crazy the way they get money from every foal that you ever.
Yeah,
I don't know. It just didn't make
but-
sense to me. And then I have grade mares, so I'm not registering anything anymore.
Yeah, well, the thing about it is, so if you can trace their lineage, you can. The horses are worth so much more.
Right.
So like that, the mare that horse that foal is out of, she's one of the last ones alive that still has a direct son of Leo on her papers.
Oh, big Arkansas.
So, but one of the horses that we have came out of Canada.
Big Brian, it was Clinton Anderson. Yeah, I'm not really reading the chat here. That's you guys are the hosts.
Oh, I said that wrong. I'm sorry. Big Brian. Mitchell, did you, or Raquel, either one, did you guys see Ilkanirim's question there?
No. I went back in my live. I only was on for 30 minutes, and I realized I didn't say hi to half of the people, and I missed their questions.
Did I post that right, Mitchell?
Why is it horses don't like backpacks? They always try to bite me when I was on the trail.
I don't know. That's
What?
must have been the horse.
Is he walking in the...
Jason, you'd have to answer that one, buddy. I can't answer for you.
Some horses are they. I mean, they all have a mind of their own. If they don't like something, that's their first thing that they can do is bite at it.
Okay, give
then-
me a second. I gotta
Hey,
let my
Tiffany.
dog in.
I had to let mine out. It was driving me nuts. Short drive, I know, isn't it, Mitchell?
Mm-hmm.
You got anything big coming up today, buddy?
Real short drive.
You got anything big coming up today?
No, I don't. Well, we have baseball games. They played baseball in the tournament last night, and he has to go back tonight at 5:30. I think is his game tonight. It was one of the best baseball games score wise that I had watched in a while because we were down 7-0, and then they come in and we ended up going to 9-8, and it came down to bases were loaded. They were batting, bases were loaded, and we forced the last out. It was pretty good game to watch. And I'm not a big baseball fan to sit and watch it. I love to play it, but I'm not a huge set and watch it. But it was a pretty good one to sit and
Hi,
watch.
Jesse. I didn't see you come in at all. I was saying hi. You were not here since the beginning.
He was here
Anne was
pretty
the
early.
first one here.
Jesse was here pretty early. And chop liver.
He would have had to have been like the fifth person.
Chop liver, meat.
Well, Jason, I would say they're probably trying to get you out of their way.
Yeah.
That's what horses do to each other, don't they?
I missed it.
If they're in the way, they bite each other.
I'm not real big on horses. That's not that I don't like them. I just don't raise them here anymore. All I done was tear up my fences and burn hay, basically. So
Bankruptcy
eat
starter kits.
yeah, I can eat the cow. I can eat the horse. I
They're
have talked to people
bankruptcy
who,
starter kits.
I have talked to people who said that equine is really good steaks. I don't know. I'm not. That's,
You know, you guys probably don't even realize how much horse is in food.
I know it's in my
was,
dog food.
I think it was in the documentary The Devil You Know. I don't know. I watched some of these crazy ones. Anyway, they were with a tractor picking up dead animals on the front end loader and dumping them into a grinder that was in the ground. This grinder was as big as a truck on the ground, and the horse was dropped right on top of it, and it just went in.
I don't doubt it a bit.
And that's how hot dogs are made.
It's hard to tell what goes into some of our food, really.
Yeah, it is. It's well, and that's one of the perks of raising your own beef, pork, and everything else. But then you're at if you're not processing it yourself, you're at the discretion of whoever's processing it too. So there's always that. Sounds like we were making bologna. Yeah, bologna or hot dogs.
I love bologna and hot dogs.
I do too.
Oh,
when I was
disgusting.
a kid, what have you ever had fried bologna, Raquel?
Because I grew up on that kind of stuff. But do you
did
realize that there's less meat in it than there are additives, and it comes out looking like a grayish barf? They add red dye to it to make it look pink.
Yeah, it's tasty too.
It is not.
Yeah. Go check out my fried bologna sandwich video. Oh my goodness, that thing!
I wouldn't touch it. You know what I had for supper yesterday? Guess.
Bologna.
Rabbit food.
I had a tomato sliced up, an English cucumber sliced up, and then a regular cucumber sliced, peeled and sliced, and 3 carrots. That was my supper.
Rabbit food.
Yeah. You know what I had for dinner last night? Guess.
Out of steak.
No, McDonald's.
Oh, that's not food. That's additives.
I had pizza around 2 or 2:30, and then yesterday evening I had donuts.
Jeez.
We were at a baseball game though. I mean, so we have to, and it was an hour away. So on the way back, because it was only Landon and I, he rode the bus down there, and then he rode back home with me, and he's like, "Dad, I'm hungry," so we stopped to meet. There's only one place to eat between here and an hour away.
Is Dairy Queen an American thing?
Yeah. We have a DQ here.
I was craving a Blizzard. So I went there. We were traveling from my parents. And they have these, I don't know the name of the burger, but you get 3 patties with bacon and cheese, and the onion is actually an onion ring on top. By the time we paid for the meal, it was like $16 for a meal. So the bill was over $30.
I haven't seen
crazy.
That's like going anywhere right now.
Yeah, I mean, I went to Wendy's a couple of days ago and got the Son of the Baconator. I don't know if y'all have that up there or not, but
I've heard of it. I've never had it though.
It was $10 for the small.
Did you guys ever try that KFC when they had the burger without the bun?
Yeah.
That
was delicious.
That
with bacon in the middle.
Yes.
Yeah. And you could add jalapenos to it with pepper jack cheese.
Did you not taste the salt rush when you were eating that?
It was things dreams are made of, Raquel.
Do you remember what the name of that was?
No, I don't. But they still have it. You can ask for it at our KFC.
They probably made it thinner now.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't ate it in a while.
Well, when it first came out, it was really good quality.
I love KFC, but we don't have one in town anymore. I got to go
It's not good for you.
over. I got to go over where Raquel's daughter lives and to get KFC anymore.
Oh yeah, and then I got my phone bill. They charged me $48. She has turned off her roaming since she hit the border, and somehow we got a $48 mysterious charge.
Wait, hang on a second. You still get charged for roaming?
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I called them and I was so angry. The guy put me on hold because I was screaming at him.
So
Because
like we don't get charged for roaming, and my wife's phone has international calling on it, but that's the only one.
I don't know. Like she hasn't. She's using Wi-Fi to text and talk to people. Like who's
Why would
she
they charge
talking
for
to?
roaming?
I don't know. I do not know why. And when I look at the bill for the breakdown, for the reason, where is the call made, what's going on, it says 0 all the way down, and then the total 48. Well, how do you get 48 from 0? So
It's Canada.
I don't know. I cut her off. She's down to just calling only. I said, go get an American burner phone or something if you need to text back and forth.
So can she not just? I mean, you could turn your everything off and just use Wi-Fi calling too. You don't have to necessarily use the if she's calling.
Well, but she had everything. There's something in your settings. As soon as you hit the border, you turn everything off and it shuts your phone down. I don't know. I don't understand.
Maybe it's because it has that. Maybe because it's international on there.
It's somehow that they get you to pay them money without getting a service.
It shouldn't be international.
So, like,
through the border, though, is it?
What was that?
Once you leave Canada and come to the United States, it's international, Josh.
I don't know. I've never been to Canada, Mitchell.
Josh, international means another country.
Thanks for the enlightenment there, Raquel.
You can't see this, Mitchell. Raquel.
So I don't know. Maybe it's that because any day that you use your phone internationally, you get charged for an international usage.
For roaming.
Well, I don't know if it's roaming. It doesn't say that on my phone. There's
Is
no
it
roaming
roaming
charge.
because you connected to the American tower? Well, for us, it would be we connected to the American towers, so that's roaming.
It could, yeah, probably so. It would probably be cheaper for her to get a phone plan down here versus.
Jason, I'm saying that once she's crossed the border, she's been charged $50. She's living right next to Josh there.
Oh, that's
sort of. He says
Tiffany.
15 minutes.
Yeah, 15, 20 minutes from me is where.
To the edge of town?
It takes me roughly 13 minutes to get to that town from my house.
And then I had asked you if you heard about the mall shooting. That mall shooting was in Indianapolis. But it was a mall that she had shopped at. And that's big time news for us because we're not used to that kind of stuff.
Well,
we're not used to it either, Raquel.
No, that's the capital. That's a little over an hour away from me. So
all I heard is you're not supposed to move to Gary.
That's the bad area too. It's all getting bad up anywhere north of I-70 is getting
probably find a cheap house in Gary, Indiana.
Probably. If she goes to Walmart in her town, she can get like a straight talk phone. It's like $45 a month, and do whatever. I think if you get the international plan, Mitchell, since she's got to call across the border.
Here's
like
the thing.
$55.
She's living with her boyfriend right now, so she doesn't have to call him. If she needs to talk to any of her friends,
Raquel,
she can talk on Facebook.
Hey, hang on a second. You know she's going to still call him.
Oh, yeah. You know what?
She'll be in the next room over and texting or something. You know how they are.
They probably sit on their computers side by side and game all night because that's how they met. Since she was 10 years old, it was actually my son's friend, and they've been gaming since she was 10, and she's like 23 now. So she took her computer with her, and they're probably sitting side by side gaming.
There you go.
Stay away. What side is that's Illinois, right?
Yes.
What side is it? West or
He's East Illinois.
that's where Chicago is, right?
Yeah. That's northeast.
Yeah, because her boyfriend came all the way to Grand Forks, North Dakota to come and drive her car because she was terrified. Which is just like me. I wouldn't want to go around Chicago. I've never been near Chicago.
Chicago's not that bad to drive in.
If I go traveling, I'm not paying any toll roads. So
The worst cities to drive in are probably, well, Denver. I don't know. I haven't been there since they finished the construction, but Denver was bad. Dallas is horrible. Those are the two, and I pretty well drove in just about every other. LA's not very fun because you get tickets. I got to take multiple tickets there.
I don't know if I can do that. The biggest highways out here are 2-lane.
I've never been to LA.
I have a couple times. I worked for a hydro testing company whenever I was 17, 16, and I drove all over the country.
Uncle Steve, thanks for coming in, buddy. If y'all don't know Uncle Steve Shake, go check him out. He's got some awesome rubs and seasoning. Oh my goodness, that stuff's good on everything. I feel like a rock star. I feel like Uncle Steve to come in.
Jesse, ever since she crossed the border, she turned her data off, and she still got charged $48. There's something fishy about what they're doing.
Yeah, that's the only time you can drive through Dallas is at 4 a.m. Otherwise, it's stop, go, stop, go. Pretty much from Denton, pretty much from Denton all the way through Dallas is horrible. So, Raquel, anything new on your channel coming up?
No, other than maybe a trailer video.
Hi, Colleen.
You should have made a video of going and looking at the trailer.
The Gulf Coast Granny.
You know, it was awkward when I went back there. I did take my gimbal with me, thinking maybe I can ask. They gave me a different guy than the guy who was head of sales. So the guy was not morbidly obese, but he was a bigger guy. We go out of the shop to go see the trailer. I could see the trailers maybe 200 feet away. And he goes, "Do you want to ride in the golf cart or do you want to walk over there?" And I'm thinking, are you crazy? I'm like, walk. So we walked over there and I was asking him questions and he doesn't seem to know anything. Because I asked a question about aluminum and steel and what these guys do to protect the contact. And he said, well, aluminum doesn't rust. And I said, yeah, but there's corrosion. And he was kind of, he wasn't mean, but he thought I was crazy. But then the guy I had talked to stepped into the office and he says, oh yeah, aluminum will corrode when it's in contact with steel. I'm like, anybody can Google this and find this information out. And your sales guy doesn't even know the products that he's selling.
Yeah.
So.
Well, unfortunately, that happens with every sales job, a person.
Yeah, nobody knows anything anymore.
And what's bad is whenever they think they got a sucker on the other end, they'll tell them all kinds of stuff just to get them to buy something.
But I walked around the trailer, and you can see in the A-frame of the gooseneck, there's some rust starting on the pin, and there's rust at the bottom of the trailer. And I asked them, I said, like, why is it rusting? Has it just been sitting here too long? Like, how does something rust just by sitting in a parking lot?
Well, not having a coat of something on it, like whether it be paint or
I've got
rust
some stuff
inhibitor.
here that eats rust. It's good for like make sure the old tractors get rust in the gas tank. Um, you put this stuff in there. I can't remember the name. I have to go. Have to go up to the barn and find the bucket. But I'll try and find it. And I'll send it to you. It's a company out of Oklahoma, I think.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the reason why we probably come up with it is because that's about the only thing to do: sit around and watch cars rust and figure out how to undo it all.
Yeah, probably.
Well, with all the salt they throw on the roads, ours go pretty fast.
We
Yeah,
don't have
I
that.
do.
We don't have that problem here. They don't put
Yeah.
much salt down at all.
I don't think there'd be anybody on the highway if you didn't salt it constantly in the winter.
Yeah, but you live in the frozen tundra.
Yeah, it's
You
not.
should
Yeah,
leave
well, I'm not quite in the tundra yet, but
Well, you're closer than Josh and I are, and Josh is closer than I am. We're lucky if we get snow one time a year, and if it stays more than a day, it's cold outside.
yes, you would call me an international friend because I live in a different country, Josh.
That's it. I'm cutting this off. Let's pick at the dumb farm boy from. That's not what this is called. Dadgummit.
So last year it got cold. It stayed cold for. It was like in the negative teens for probably 3 or 4 weeks, and that was cold for us. Like the ground actually froze down 2.5 feet. And the only reason why I know that is because a buddy of mine had to bury an animal, and we had to go down there and dig a hole for it, and it was like rock hard all the way till we got out of the frozen ground.
That's cold for anybody, Mitchell.
Yeah, but it doesn't get that cold here normally.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that's negative down
Like
in the
you
negative
could
teens. That's cold. I don't care where you're at.
you could bury a water line a foot down in the ground out here and it'd be fine.
So we
Like a
usually do 3 feet on water lines, but it don't
Yeah, but
freeze up
according-
more.
According to what you just said, then you should be going 3 feet.
Well, yeah, but that's not an anomaly, Raquel. Like it doesn't
Yeah, but-
it doesn't normally get that way here.
He's using one of them $5 words from Gary. Over at Beltwood.
Fahrenheit.
What?
So if it was minus, well, all I know is 40 is 40 for you guys.
It was negative. What was the coldest? You got negative 31 last year when we had that Arctic blast.
Good.
So
night.
I mean, it was
That's-
cold.
Well, that's the same.
Oh.
If you had negative 30, that's the same as what we get.
Yeah, but that doesn't happen here. It was bizarre. Like, and you know what? My diesel truck started right up. It didn't even have it plugged in.
So
I don't
negative
know. When it
22
gets to
Fahrenheit is
minus
30.
40 or greater, they usually cancel the bus service because of I don't know
Well, they
what
had
it's called gelling or whatever.
yeah fuel
Yeah.
gelling. I do run an additive in my fuel, so it didn't gel.
See, our local fuel station here, the what I call local, not big name people, they put additives in there all the way. Anyway,
See, I don't know if I would trade. Sure, I would love to live in a warmer climate, but you guys have to deal with things that I don't have to deal with. I don't ever have to worry about walking in tall grass anywhere.
And what?
well,
Say walking in tall grass, like snakes and stuff.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, but-
see, the difference is we just don't think about it. We just walk.
just do it. Just go.
You think about it. If you think about anything, there's always something that can hurt you.
Oh yeah, I mean
Well,
everywhere.
and is Ann Dale still here? I'm sure she wasn't thinking about it either.
What
I
happened
mean,
to her?
I mean that when the time I got bit by the copperhead, I wasn't really thinking about it until afterwards.
And what did it do? It bit your
It
boot, or did it
bit
actually?
my leg. I had shorts on.
And
I
so
was-
what? No effect?
Oh no, there was a fact. I had to go to the emergency room. I mean, they have the anti-venom down here at the hospital.
Yeah, I mean, they have it all over here. I mean,
And then I had like my whole side of my leg, like probably about 10, 12 inches, turned red and got all sore. And I mean, it was pretty nasty. Like I
Jeez.
didn't get to play basketball that year.
well,
So is it when you were in high school?
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, black snakes around here keep the copperheads down pretty much, but I mean, I think the copperhead's like the Indiana state snake if there is one. But I've seen hundreds of them, and just you don't think nothing of it. You just do your thing.
There's a lot, like everything that scares a lot of people around here are spiders, because you have fiddlebacks, black widows, brown recluse.
Yeah, we have brown recluse, some black widows. I've never seen either one of them, like in person or nothing, but
I don't think I have any of that here.
Go flip over a piece of tin outside and you'll find it
You'll
at
find
my
it.
house. You'll probably find all three of them. Like when we have contractors come in from out of state, we have to give them this paper of like the spiders that, in our area, the snakes that are in our area, because you see them, but you just don't think about them.
See, that's
There you
another
go.
thing though. With all my dogs, I don't really have to worry about when I go out walking, because they're going to clear whatever was in my path.
Yes, so you wouldn't have to worry about that down in warmer climate either. If you can take your dogs out there,
Right, but then they wouldn't leave that snake alone.
Oh, they get
Well, they
bit
just
all the
kill it.
time. It's crazy.
And it
When,
was-
yeah, it typically doesn't kill them. I mean, it will swell their face up or their legs or wherever they get bit, but usually they ended up being all right.
I know my dogs came in contact with a porcupine first time ever in their life. I had 7 dogs full of quills. There was only one dog that I could take care of and pull out the quills because he had maybe 20. But the other ones had hundreds. I had to take it to a vet, and she had 6 of my dogs just laid out in her garage on the floor. So,
Well, see, we don't have porcupines.
what's up, Steven? We don't have them here either.
We have badgers. They're mean little suckers.
but the thing is,
Badgers,
porcupines, they don't shoot their quills out. You have to make contact with them. So if you see it, you just walk the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have badger. Well, I'm sure there's probably a few around here I just haven't seen, but we got groundhogs that just destroy everything.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
badgers would attack you if you came in
Yeah.
contact with them. They're
They're
pretty,
pretty mean.
evil.
Not
Yeah.
me, well,
They
I'm a little bit faster, I don't know what that is.
you're not
They
faster
hit-
than a badger.
The hissing is
Fine.
pretty scary.
Little buddy on my side is faster than a badger.
Yes. So the first time the first time I'd seen one in a long time, we were going to the feed store over a little town next to us, and I looked up and bobcat run across the road, and then we keep going a little bit more, and then next thing you know, there comes a badger walking across the road. I'm like, well, that's weird. I haven't seen one of those in a long time, in the middle of town too. It was kind of bizarre.
The
Ha, Steven.
I don't have a trail cam, but our neighbor does, and he's caught a cougar on the camera. So we have those in the area, but you never see them.
I can't take credit for it, Steven. Mitchell set it up for me the other night when we was doing a
I
scare screen.
said what?
Say I set up his
Oh.
live stream on the live the other day. was like,
That's
Josh, share your screen.
I like that
Click
new
this button.
logo.
Click this button. What?
His new
Steven's new
logo. I like
logo.
it.
Have you seen it yet, Mitchell?
Josh Steven's new logo?
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen it the day that he put it out.
See, I have to.
You're so hidden anymore. You don't talk to no one. You avoid
Because I've been
text
busy.
messages.
I like that new cup.
There's too
I
much
do
of a
like that.
glare, possibly, but my daughter just took a horseshoe off of the computer and plunked it on top of a cottonwood leaf. And so
Plunked it?
the edges are not.
No, but
Well,
Brian,
hang on a second, Raquel. Let's break down this word plunk.
Why? You never heard that word before?
No, I have. It's just different.
Plunk.
Yeah, plunk.
To drop.
It looks nice. Yeah, I know.
I'm
giving
just
you a hard
saying
time.
she needs to clean up the lines for the edge here, because when I blew this up so much, if I really get close to this, you can see like a red line across. I have to, but anyway, I like it because you could get. Well, I like the way you can design it because you can blow up your logo as big as this container.
Yeah.
Plunk, like on what was that show? Come on down. The Price is Right. Were they
Price
playing
is Right.
Plinko?
Plinko.
Yeah, Plinko.
Is
Or
Plunk not?
Probably
They
too young
passed
to remember
or-
that show.
Plink.
Raquel.
plunk is just it's probably like by region word. So are copperheads more poisonous than rattlesnakes?
No.
What
I
does it
don't-
mean where you come from?
Plunk. I think when I hear plunk, I hear plink, and I don't know.
That's pew pew.
Plinko.
Yeah.
Go plinking.
What does that mean?
Plink around. Pew pew.
Go target practice.
Oh, never had that associated with that kind of stuff. That's what we call it, target practice.
We do too, but
It's just a shorthand.
yeah.
I don't know. I think
Raquel, Mitchell's kind of young to remember The Price is Right.
I remember
He's just a
Price is
baby.
Right.
It's still going on today. It just
Yeah,
doesn't have Bob Barker on it anymore.
And I know you don't know who Bob Barker
I know
is.
who Bob Barker is.
Yeah,
sit
you
and
know
pick
why
at me
he
there.
knows? Because of Happy Gilmore. That's why
Happy
he
Gilmore.
knows.
No,
Price
Yes,
is Wrong.
sir.
I mean that does help, but no, that's not why I remember him. I don't think that rattlesnakes are more venomous. I think they're probably equally venomous, to be honest with you. It's
I
just
think
the type of.
rattlesnakes are more. I mean,
I wouldn't want to get bit by either one of them again. So I
really,
don't.
yeah.
Stevie, I am in Canada, in Manitoba.
Hello, Rebecca.
You guys are aware that we have one major highway that goes right across Canada?
No.
No,
Well, there aren't many
Is it dirt?
choices.
it's snow,
No,
Mitchell.
it's the only two-lane highway.
Is that like what's that called? Where they do
It's
it
the
out of
ice road.
ice? The ice
I
road trucking.
Yes.
road truckers.
Um,
That's what that's
anyway,
for.
I'm not too far from we call it the TCH, Trans Canada Highway. Hi, Rebecca. Saw her come in.
Yeah, I've actually been through Canada, Raquel. I was just giving you a hard time.
Mm-hmm.
Mitchell's like Johnny
Where'd
Cash.
you go?
He's been
Oh,
everywhere.
we were driving to Alaska.
Oh, so you didn't come to Canada by choice.
No, I was work related. I think so. There's a deal that I may have to end up going to look at a big overhead crane. I may have to go do by Quebec. And it's still not by choice. It's like I have to go
I
look
thought
at
you-
it. To
Like you work computers. Why would you have to look at a crane?
automation. So we have an overhead crane and it's completely automated. So I do automation, not necessarily computers. They're hand in hand with each other.
Hmm.
There you go, Mitchell.
What?
Let's put something in the private chat for you.
It wasn't worth looking at.
No.
It was because I wish Wendy was up here.
You're just
would
mad
like
because I got her to say it the first time.
Willoway?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I put it in a comment. I said, "Hey, Wendy, tell Josh he's a poo head." And then she's sitting there like 20 minutes later. She's like, "Why is Josh a shithead?"
Isn't that, weren't you guys on a live and then you were watching her live? Is that when
that
that
was a
happened?
different one. That was a
Oh.
different one.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
she's
was.
actually here. I didn't even know she was here.
She was here for a little bit. I didn't know she was still here.
Yeah, I haven't been watching the chat, so
Well,
Yeah, it's Go ahead.
I don't know. What
Yeah,
cat?
we know that. Why do you still have that cat in the house? Cats are the devil.
We're not going to talk about it.
Oh, why? Oh, yeah. Oh,
No.
or we didn't talk about me not knowing the difference
You
between
can ask
international borders.
my wife about the cats. She knows I wasn't a big fan of them to begin with, and we still ended up with 2 of them now in the house.
And that's what Mitchell's a sissy lala. He's scared of that little bitty woman.
Hey,
Biggest he is, scared of that little bitty woman and let the cat in the house.
Mitchell,
you wouldn't say that. What?
How many horses do you have? Never asked you that before.
Take your shoes off, Mitchell, so you can count.
I don't. There's 7 mares, 3. So 2 yearlings, 1 2-year-old, that 30-year-old guy, and then Emma's jumping horse, Ava's horse.
What's your stud?
We artificial inseminate pretty much everything.
So you just select whatever you think.
Yeah. Usually we see them in person though, because the veterinarian that we use, she's they're big in the AQHA and stuff. So like that instant dual ray baby that we have, we
Right.
actually seen him at the vet clinic. They had like 4 or 5 of them there that year, and we got to look at all of the ones that they had, and then. But they breed the stallions that they have there usually are generally the kind of horses that I like anyway.
So you have a wide range of prices when you sell your foals?
Yeah.
What's your low end, top end?
I don't.
Well, it's not a set price. Think of
No, it's
past
not.
years. Just
So
what's the lowest and what's the highest? Or
probably
you just don't want to tell us how rich you are.
That's not that at all.
Exactly. Yeah, that's it. I know what he
It's
gets
not
out of
that
them
at all.
horses.
It just
Changes.
just depends on the horses, you know. I mean,
Channel name Mitchell Millionaire.
I wish if I was, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Oh my
He'd
goodness.
be too good to talk to
Too
us if
good
he
for
was.
us.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I would be too busy.
No, you would have other people doing it for you, Mitchell.
Yeah, right.
What's the answer,
No,
Mitchell?
we don't sell. We don't sell a whole lot, but I mean,
Well, where do they go? Hamburger? Is that what you make
No.
bologna from?
no, we just don't sell a whole lot of them. So I mean,
You have 6 mares. Are you
yeah,
saying
but we
you
don't breed them all. We don't breed them every
Oh,
year. So it just varies, you know.
Okay.
Like I don't know. It's really my wife's pet project and not mine. So I try to stay out of the horse deal as much as I can.
Did you
That's
see?
the best way to answer that.
I think you watched that video of when I was at my dad's. Do you see the foals that I had?
See you, Stephen. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I did see them.
Because I don't know. I'm going to guess it's my stud. He throws colts sometimes that have that, I don't know if you call it a hernia or what. Right by their navel, they got that
Yeah.
little bubble.
No,
And
that's a horse problem. It's not
it's just
necessarily.
a
Yeah.
cosmetic thing, though, right? It's like to
It
get
depends how
fixed.
big they are. So if
Well,
they're
these
bigger
ones-
than a baseball, then you need to get them looked at by a vet.
Okay, because these ones are small, but two of those guys are colts, and I want to keep the one that is a dun.
See you, Stevie.
That's the one I want to call Leroy. And the other one, though, I think he's going to turn out to be a Palomino because his mother is a Cremello, and the father, well, the stud is a chestnut.
Yeah.
There you go, Raquel.
Hey, thank you, Big Brian.
So that picture that I showed you, that horse is she's a registered paint horse. That little foal that I showed you, her mom's a registered paint too.
That's what
Okay.
we had was a registered paint out here. I don't know.
I wish
I'm
I
gonna
knew how
check
to
it
do
out.
business better because I would like to continue. That
Thank
that
you,
was my
Jason.
dream, right? To breed registered quarter
yes.
horses and I couldn't do it. I had no trailer, right? And then I ran out of grass, but I found a guy nearby that's got 60% alfalfa bales, and I went to go see them. The only thing is you could smell that there's too much moisture in them, but beggars can't be choosers. So
How much is a bale of alfalfa cost up there, Raquel?
So this is a 60% alfalfa bale. It's approximately, I would say 12 to 13. I don't know. I'm going to guess more closer to 1,200 pound. He charged $75. And you know what? He should be charging less, but then he's charging me $30 per bale to deliver it to me. And he only lives 5 miles away. That's the
That's
ridiculous
crazy.
part. He should be delivering them for like maybe $5-10 per bale.
That's crazy. So
So I'm paying $105 a bale.
a
That's ridiculous.
900 pound it's a 3x3x8. It's $180.
Yeah,
180.
but you guys are in a drought right now.
Well,
are you
yeah,
not?
but alfalfa you have to get shipped in because of blister bugs. Even with an alfalfa field, you can go out there and you can spray it for blister bugs. But you're still taking that chance of.
Somebody was talking about that yesterday. I don't even know what that is.
Stephen and Casey.
They have an exoskeleton, and what it will do is if the horse eats it, it will just like them swallowing glass, and it will cut their esophagus all up and their stomach all up, and it'll kill them. I mean, there's no cure for it. It'll just, it'll kill them.
So nobody in Texas has alfalfa fields?
Oh no,
Oklahoma
they're here,
fields?
but they're for cattle. Most of them are for cattle. I mean,
Cattle
and
can eat those bugs?
yeah, it won't hurt them. It's the same thing with goats.
It was Boots and Donnie talking about the blister beetles
Yes.
in their garden.
Well, it was
Same
one of
thing.
the people had them, right?
Yeah,
Stephen Casey
One of the
had
people who were in the chat was talking that they had the bugs.
it. I think
yeah.
it was
So
Brenda Baker, Redbird Farm or Redbird Hill or whatever it is.
yeah, and Brenda doesn't live that far from me.
Yeah,
So,
I think she was talking about them. And
Brenda probably only lives about 45 minutes from my house.
What if you were to divide Oklahoma because you're in Oklahoma, right?
Yeah.
If you divide it into 4 quarters, which one are you?
So we're right in we're pretty much central. Yeah, we're right in the middle, but we're up.
Oh, okay.
We're up. We're pretty close to Kansas. We're not like really far. from Kansas.
Mm.
But like
See, and I
we're
have to look at a map because I don't know where Kansas is. Is that the north?
Oklahoma's longer than it
The
is
north.
tall.
Yes, I know. There's that little
Panhandle.
Fido, but I'm saying if you cut it into quarters, it would still be the northwest quarter if he was in there.
No, we're right in the center. We're pretty much right in the center. Like I-35 that runs right down the middle of Oklahoma, we're only probably 15 minutes from it.
So is Tulsa to the north of you and Oklahoma City to the west of you?
So Tulsa is east. So if you had Tulsa here and Oklahoma City here, we're right in the middle of both of them.
I thought Tulsa was further north than Oklahoma City.
It is not much though.
Okay.
It's not like dramatic. It's more like this instead of like this. It's like
Okay.
because you can run 40 all the way across Oklahoma City to Tulsa, and we're 45 minutes from Tulsa, 45 minutes from Oklahoma City.
Oh,
So we're like right in
So
right
you're
in the
45
middle.
minutes from everywhere.
Yeah, we're probably an hour or so. To get to Texas, it takes. Well, depends who's driving.
so
I can get to
what-
Texas in about 3 hours.
what are the famous ranches in Oklahoma?
Maybe year.
Like if you were to pick up a Western horseman, and this ranch is in Oklahoma.
I can't think of any. I mean, a lot of Oklahoma.
That's where he's at, Jason.
So Oklahoma didn't even become a state really until 1907. You know, so you have a
I
lot
agree.
of it was still Indian territory. I mean, there's still some big ranches here, but
Don't you guys have to call them natives?
We don't have to.
Not yet?
It is.
I'm Indian.
Because we can't say that publicly here.
Really?
It's politically incorrect. You have to say Aboriginal or Native.
Everything's politically incorrect
I know.
anymore. I mean, nothing's
So-
PC. It's
I'm an Indian. Like I even have a card. So I Indian.
my mom had the card.
I'll go pick some of my wild sage and send it to you, Mitchell. I've got that stuff growing everywhere. It's ridiculous. If I could get a market for that,
You really can't say Indian?
you
Technically?
would be if you were to say it publicly, you would be pretty ignorant to do that, because that is not an acceptable term.
That's
Even though the government has not changed the signs, if you drive near a reserve, it'll say Indian Reserve and have the arrow. And
Well,
like our terminology has changed, but they haven't changed the signs.
so like I'm Creek. Or
yeah, right, Glenn.
Muskogee, depending on what you want, how you want to say it. But and
But a
like-
Heinz 57?
Well, yeah. But I'm Creek, Cherokee, and Blackfoot. I'm all three. And
But
then my
Only
the red
that?
hair. Well, no,
Or-
I'm not only that. I have a red beard, Raquel.
Well, I can't see that it's red from here. Not until
So-
you came closer.
Mine
But
used
yes,
to be red.
yeah.
And then I met
15
Mitch.
What's
years
that
ago.
other side?
So English. So my
Scottish?
grandma.
Irish?
No, they're from England. Well, who knows at that point, because they're
Yeah, that's why they have the funny teeth.
yeah. What, you saying? Have funny teeth? That's what I got from that conversation.
You were
there.
trying to,
I got
no, you were trying to say inbred without actually
No,
saying it.
well, I wasn't. No, I was saying that they were
They
abroad a lot.
are.
Because
People
you
used to
have a
marry
lot of
their
English-
cousins.
Well, yes, I mean that it did
There was
happen.
no choice.
Yeah, it did happen, but I mean, like,
All in the family.
If she ain't good enough for our family, she ain't good enough for no one else's.
oh, anyway,
That's Mitch's way of thinking.
no. So I'm talking like you had a lot of like countries going back and forth. I mean, they have. I mean, you've been to. I'm sure someone's been to Europe
Right,
other than
Jason?
me. I mean, they all traveled amongst each other. I mean, so if someone's really like, I seen a deal on that 23andMe. They did they did one of those tests, and it said, "Well, you're Eastern European." Well, that's the whole
See,
thing.
I do know that I am part, like from my mother's side, it's English, Irish, Scottish, and Hungarian. And then my dad is just Ukrainian.
So, not saying Indian is like not saying American Indian.
But they're not Indians. Indians come from India.
No,
No.
no, Raquel.
Well, that's what they
That's
say
international.
for the change of term. That's what they say for the change of terminology up here.
So
now we have to refer to them. Well, they're East Indians, right?
no,
Yes.
That's not what we say down.
East to get to India.
You can travel west. You just have to go more around the globe.
I don't know. Anyway,
Well,
we can't
depends
call
on
them
where
that
you live at.
anyway.
So I don't know. Indian is just the normal term down here. So
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know. I don't think I could do it.
She would throw up all over the place before she's done that.
Gear grinding, that's really rude.
What's up, Chuck?
East Indians are the ones that have the darker skin.
I just seen that.
That's really bad.
So no, I just don't have dark skin. But everybody in my family is
You're
really
not East Indian.
no. But everybody else in my family has really, really dark skin.
You don't get out in
And-
the sun.
Hey, Tony.
No, but that's not. I don't burn. Like if I'll turn red, and then the next day it'll be brown.
That's what mine
Then
is.
you have an olive base tone. Is the same with me.
I don't know.
Like I can go pretty dark if I was tanning all summer.
But like my kids, they'll burn and they'll peel and everything else. I like mine will be bright red, and then I'll go
My
to
kid will
sleep, and then
picture-
I'll wake up and it'll be a glowing copper color.
Oh,
Jesse, we
Yeah.
call them East Indians. Because
I'll be right back.
they're from the East and they're from India. And the people that were discovered to be living in North America when the white man came over are natives or aboriginals. And you
Native
do
Americans.
not say, you do not say Eskimo. Somebody said that in the chat the other day, and I'm like, well, that's like I don't know, you call it a racial slur or whatever. They're called Inuit. You can't say the word Eskimo.
Interesting.
It's kind of like calling people down, I guess. I don't know.
That's just like Indian is just a that's just what I live.
Well,
I live
it's
right
like-
beside Pawnee Nation. I mean, Indian is Indian.
But it's people change because I don't know, they need recognition. Look at your old TV shows. When you watch Little House on the Prairie from days ago, they were Indians. But do you see that kind of TV show now,
Well, I
where
don't-
they're running with tomahawks? And
have you seen Yellowstone?
yes, but that's not like that. They're owning the casinos now.
Yeah, but the times change, Raquel. But that doesn't mean you have to stop calling an egg an egg.
Well, but that's what Canada wanted, so that's what Canada got.
Well,
And if you walk among them, they call each other Indians. It's kind of like, how do I say this without actually saying it out loud? Colored folk.
yeah.
You know how they can call each other the N word, but it's
Yeah.
politically incorrect to say that if you're not from that.
But it's not. But saying Indian to, well, at least the people that I know around here, it's not a racial term like where the
Canada-
N word would be.
Yes, but Canada has turned it into that.
Hey,
See,
Jerry.
yeah. Hey Jerry. Yeah. See, it's not that way here, and we live in Indian territory. They actually just reclassified Oklahoma. They
I live
split it
in
right down the center.
Indiana.
Yes, that's not it. That's not it, Josh.
Shut up, Mitchell. Nobody talking to you. I never
Yeah.
liked him myself, just so you know.
Tom and Rhonda, have you not ever heard? Like, why did he put Inuit Eskimos? You don't. That's the same word. Have you ever heard that you shouldn't call them Eskimos, or is it an American thing? You guys just call people whatever you want to call them.
Well,
That's
now
what we were-
that seems a
that's
little
what they
that
were
seemed a
called when
little
I was
harsh
in-
there, Raquel.
Yeah, I mean, I was in school. That's what they called them when I was in grade school.
Yeah.
Well, sure, me too. I'm that old.
I didn't say you were old.
It's
Who said anything
not
about being old?
politically correct today to say those two words.
In Canada, maybe, but it's not that way here.
You know, I want to live by substance. I want to get one of those licenses where you can just shoot to fill your freezer. Because I know you can get them, but I think you have to be a certain nationality.
What?
I'm looking at what Tom and Rhonda said. Living by subsistence. You can get a subsistence license and you can go hunt as much as you want as long as what you take you use. You
So-
can't sell it or give it away.
So
it has to be
you
for
can,
your family.
You
So
can
that's
actually.
like a depredation tag.
A what?
No,
Like
it's
what we have?
not. It's not. It's not the same, Josh. So you can already do that here. So if your family's starving and you go kill a deer, you can't. You're not going to get in trouble for it.
If it was me or you said you
Anybody.
have your card.
Anybody. Well, no, I'm not. No, I'm just saying anybody. Anybody can. Like if as long as you're doing it to feed yourself, to stay, to sustain yourself, you're not going to get in trouble.
Well, if you have your card, is it the same way in the U.S.? When people have their card here, they can go hunt whenever they want.
I don't know. To be honest, Raquel, I don't use it because there's no benefit for me for using it. So,
we had this is years back, but close to where I grew up.
Catch, clean, and cook, Jam.
A family bought a hotel, and because they had that card and could go hunting, they were actually serving elk burgers, and they got shut down.
yeah, I can see that.
It was free meat, right?
Yeah.
See, I can
There we
get
go,
the tag
Jesse.
here because deer are tearing up my trees in my orchard or whatever.
Read that.
Plug them.
Read that one from Jesse. The first one. I don't know what the second one says. I've never heard of Yupik.
I don't know.
Not
I'll have to
that
call
one.
someone.
The one before that.
I posted it too.
Yeah, see? You had to call them native, and they say, no, don't call us that. Call us aboriginal. And then it's, no, don't call us that. Call us indigenous. They keep changing the term. So
I don't know. You can call me anything you want.
Just don't call me late for supper.
It doesn't. I don't know. People get offended too easy, I think. But here, Indian is still used, like I guess.
My computer's about to die.
Do you not have it plugged in?
No.
you left the cord in the basement.
Jeez.
All right, man. Shut up, Mitchell.
Why don't you run down there and grab it real quick?
I could hold on. You're a pain. Raquel, just so you know, I never liked him.
How long have you guys known each other, and where did you meet?
What? Who? Me and Josh?
Yeah.
On one of Steven's lives.
How
Not
long
very,
ago?
probably, I don't know, 2-3 months ago.
Because I never saw you before I disappeared, and I disappeared maybe in January.
Yeah. It's probably two or 3 months.
I'm just reading all this knowledge that Jesse's spewing here.
You know, the one thing that is kind of so you can be to be considered Indian, you have to have a tribal identification card, right? If you don't have enough Indian, you're not considered to be Indian, and you can't get a tribal identification card. But what other thing
What is he talking
is
about?
registered? What other thing is registered based on a percentage? This is the one. This is the only thing that I think find interesting.
You know what? Didn't they change that? I can't speak
No, it's still
anything.
based
I don't know anything. I thought
So-
they changed it in Canada so that even if you had a tiny little bit, you could get your card. Like if you had a great grandmother.
No,
You
it's
could
not
go
that
and get
way.
your card.
It's not that way here. So you have to have a degree of a percentage of blood to be considered by the tribe Indian.
Well,
Um,
horses are that way.
Yeah, all
'cause
livestock's that way.
My Colt is
But what other
75%.
humans are that way?
Mm.
Yes, in
Yeah,
the U.S.,
I don't know.
Tony.
That's
If
just
if my Indian card tells me that I am this degree of blood of Creek, and then my Cherokee one says I am this degree of blood of Cherokee, and my Blackfoot one's the same way.
yeah, but I don't go into a store and get a discount because I'm white.
No, I'm not saying discount. I'm just saying I just don't. That's the only thing I don't understand is why it is that way.
Because I don't have a card that says I am a white person, and when I go shopping, I get 10% off.
Well, no, I'm not saying that. I just find it fascinating. It's just a fascinating deal that why is it that way for Indian
So
but
that they can
nobody
get the
else?
card because they get things from the government. That's
So
the way it is here.
that's-
I don't know about you.
that's so it's all based off of like to get any commodities or anything like that for
So people
from
like
the
me,
Indians.
I can't
You-
walk in and say, "Oh, I'm native, so give me a card. I want the discount." I have
Right.
to prove that I am. Don't you
Um,
get like? Why else do you have your card? You could have chosen not to go get it. Do you not get a benefit of holding that card?
No, not if you make so.
No, then why did
So
you get it?
hey, well, because it's a family thing. So you can, so I could show my kids and stuff like that. But so
You have a
the-
card that registers you, and you have no benefit other than to say, "Hey, I've got this card. Look at
because
it."
it's based off of money, your income levels. So if you make decent money, all of your it's like the whole welfare system. The more money you make, the less benefits you get. So it's based off of the same numbers that the welfare system is. So for a family of 5 or whatever it is, if you make less than $40,000, you qualify for the benefits. If you make more than that, then things start falling off.
So I don't understand because I don't belong to that, but I know that I have used people's numbers when I stopped at the res to get gas because you can't get the tax off unless you give that number.
Oh, see, here, if you go to Pawnee and you go to the tribal smoke shop, there's no benefit to it. I mean,
It's
to
not
have-
cheaper there.
No, I mean it's cheaper, but anybody can go in there and get it.
And see,
Like I can send my wife down there to get me a can of Copenhagen, and it's the same price for her as it is for me.
if you stop at a res gas station, you have to give your number to get the gas tax free or their price.
And
So-
no, you do not get a free hunting and fishing license because you're Indian. If
Yeah,
you
you
do,
can get
I
that if
missed
you-
that boat.
If you're a veteran, you
Because-
can get it.
Yeah, if you're a veteran, but
I can get it because I'm a veteran.
but if you do, I missed that boat because I've never got free hunting and fishing license.
I have a question though. What was his answer, Raquel, when you asked him how long we've known each other and all that garbage? I was
About
going to
3
get my
months.
cord.
Well, I only started YouTube in my first video I posted was like January 25th ish. What did I say? January? I meant July of last year because that's when I cut hay, or my dad did. And I didn't start really talking to people till August because we used to jump into what's his name? Ridge Life. And that's when I met or connected to Casey and Steven, and then I jumped in their live, which is probably along the time that I would have connected to you.
I think I connected to you in Ridge Life because you were still rolling with Raquel then.
Yeah,
When did you do that?
I wasn't Cottonwood Ranch very long because the first live I went to was Gray Mountain Farm. Well, it wasn't the first live, but I went into Gray Mountain Farm and I had said, "Hey, I'm just starting out," and they were like, "Oh, we'll connect to you." And then when you went to my page and compared it to the other Cottonwood Ranch out there, their subscriber count shot up by 10 and I went nowhere. And I thought, well, people are getting confused because they don't know who I am. So I changed it to the personal name. But then who wants to wear merch with your own name on it?
Mitchell.
Like,
Mine has my name on it.
it says Hendrickson.
don't-
Well, I have a sweater with my last name on it too.
Mine says
But
Skinner Farm.
mine would have said Rolling with Raquel. And I don't know. Can you guys see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got when you order from Spring, it seems I don't have a t-shirt, but it seems like the sizes come big because this is a crop hoodie and the shoulders. That's a wrong shoulder to show. This is where the shoulder is, and this is where it should be. So I should have got a medium. Unless I just really fry it in the dryer.
Yeah. So what Jesse said, it's more like
Yeah.
bragging rights for me because it's all based off of income. I mean, you could still go. I guess we don't use the Indian clinic because we're not going to get into that whole subject. But I guess I could still go use it. The Indian, the tribal doctors, I could still use it, but I don't.
Narcissistic,
What?
Jason. But his name is I.L. Kaniram, not Jason.
Hi, Jan.
You don't have
Jan.
Jason Illinois all over a t-shirt. Hi, Cartoon Universe.
Oh, I wonder where.
You didn't finish the question.
It was supposed to be in my head. Sometimes when I think things, it comes out.
Yeah, he's easily distracted. That's why we get along.
So,
So-
go ahead, Raquel.
I'm just looking at Jason's comment. So yeah, that's the thing. I'll wear something with my last name on it, but I'm not going to go to work with Raquel written all over my t-shirt. But I don't mind wearing my logo of a leaf.
Mine
what
has
are
my
you
name
saying?
on it.
Your last name.
It's a probably
Where's
My
uniform.
work
though.
shirt.
It's
My work
probably a
shirt
uniform
says,
shirt, though, isn't it?
yeah.
Where does it say Mitchell?
On my work shirts, it says Mitchell right
That's
here,
to
Probably
identify
uniform.
you, probably.
and then company name over here. It's my last name. What did? Oh, anyway, so what was I saying? Oh, my work deal that I had, my presentation that I did yesterday.
I allowed
Uh,
that message to come through Kettle Kitchen.
I don't see it yet.
my work shirt that or my
On my phone.
what do you call it?
I don't know. What do you call it besides
There
a
you go, Tony.
uniform?
Uniform
No.
shirt.
No. My work presentation that I did yesterday, it went pretty good. They took me out to eat afterwards, and I was. Oh yeah, that's something else I ate yesterday. It was Buffalo Wild Wings. It's pretty good. That
How did we
that
even get here?
that poor guy, that the salesman, he just ordered blanketed what I ordered, and I got the hottest wings that they have at Buffalo Wild Wings, and this poor guy was crying, and then he touched his face, and his face was burning, and I'm like, "You all right, man?" He's like, "Are these hot to you?" I was like, "No, they're not hot."
I get the mango habanero ones.
It's I get the blazing.
Yeah, I've had them. I like the mango habanero better. Exactly,
dude.
Jason.
Can you say squirrel? Yeah, I can. Yeah, but it was pretty funny. This guy, he was. Then we were leaving the restaurant, and he looks at me and he's like, "My tongue's numb and my lips are numb." I'm like, "They weren't that hot, man. Calm down."
I remember when I was in basic training, I had this little Vietnamese kid. There was his parents were from Vietnam, and we was eating dinner one day, and he's like, "What you put on this?" I slid the hot sauce over to him. He just drowns in this stuff. Takes one bite, and he's like, "Ooh!" and flipping out. And I'm like, "What is wrong with you, dude?" But I thought that they eat hot stuff. I don't know.
Well, I mean, surely you could look at the label. I mean, when you hear blazing, like 10
Where is
blazing
he from,
buffalo
Mitchell?
wings, huh?
Is he from up north?
Who?
The salesman.
No, he's from Tulsa.
Now, he don't eat hot stuff.
I guess not.
Thanks for coming in, Bill. Thank everybody for coming in. This wasn't as big a train up as I thought it was going to be.
I went to a Asian restaurant, and they had Vietnamese food and Japanese food, and I don't know what it was. They brought it to me, but that stuff they asked how hot I wanted, and it was like 1 through 10, and I said 10, and I couldn't eat it. It was hot.
We have a Thai
they
place
eat
here in
hot
town
food.
like that. The Thai place is 1 through 5, and I usually get like a 3 or 4 because 5 will light you up.
Are you guys part of that last chance cook-off? Like, are you the organizers?
What?
I'm not. That's him.
What? I didn't hear what you said. You cut out.
I'm reading what Kettle Kitchen put up there, and I'm asking if you're the organizer of that last chance cook-off.
Yes. Yes, I am.
Well, did
I
you
wasn't
see?
part of
You're
that.
getting
I didn't
20 bottles.
Yogi's. Just donate 20 bottles of rubs and spice. That's pretty cool, Tony. Without Tony, I will say, Tony is like, he's super organized. So if anyone ever needed help organizing something, Tony's the guy.
Dan.
Like,
Hey, are
he
we doing
thinks
that
of
thing
things.
See you, Jen.
that we talked about with the? I'm trying to put out too much.
The thing.
The giveaway part with me, Mitchell, Dale, and Tony, or is that?
I don't know yet. We were talking. We were trying to see what was all coming in first, because we have a lot of emails out to people.
You won't get nothing from the company
Companies.
I'm talking about.
Why did
Oh,
he
I
say
know.
stop? Is he telling you to be quiet?
No, I think he's telling me to stop telling people that he's much appreciated because we had this
Oh.
conversation the other day. He told me to quit saying it, and he is really good at that stuff. But I don't know, Josh. Tony and Dale and I. Tony's been on vacation for the last 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, I know he
And-
went on his deal.
I was
and,
gonna tag Dale on my post on Facebook. Did you read the fourth one down? If you see it,
on Facebook.
yeah. What was it? An old timers something. I don't know what it's called.
I don't know. I have to look. At it. Miguel.
I'm lost.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
He's used to it.
Old hillbilly wisdom.
Oh yeah, I see it.
A bumblebee is considerably faster than a John Deere tractor. That's why I want to tag him, but I don't. You can only follow him on Facebook. You can't. I don't know if he has a personal account, so I couldn't tag him.
Did you see Tony's comment,
Okay,
Josh?
Tony. Yeah, I just said okay.
So, when I was raking hay last year, the ground bees.
Yellow jackets.
No, they're like bees, but they live in the ground.
We call them yellow jackets. They're in the ground and they're mean and nasty.
Well, a
Yellow
yellow jacket
jackets are like
isn't a bee.
hornets. No, it's
No.
a hornet. This is
Yellow
a bee.
jackets were a bitty one.
A yellow jacket's a hornet.
No.
Like they'll sting the fire out of you. Yeah, I'm allergic to yellow jackets.
Yeah, I mean they live in the ground though. Here.
Well, okay.
Anyway, go ahead.
These
Your
are
ground
bees.
bees.
They live in the ground.
Your ground
I cut the hay and then I went to rake the hay, and I hit them with that. I guess I hit the hole with the rake, and I'm just cruising along, really not paying attention, and the next thing you know, I got bees all around me, and I can't get gears fast enough to get away from these things. And I got this. I'm trying to get the rake up, shift gears, and everything. I'm like, it was terrifying. And then when I'm baling hay, every time that square baler was hitting, I was just watching, waiting for it, because I had to drive over the hole with the tractor tire, and the baler set, it's offset. So I'm going, and I see the hole, and I'm like, trying to. Woof. It was terrifying.
Did you see
This
that
year,
last comment there?
I wish Dale was here. That would be. Where is Dale? I haven't seen him.
I may have a plier holster.
I just carry a Gerber on my side, or
That's
Leatherman.
the same thing. That's the same thing.
Shut up, Mitchell. Nobody asked you. Raquel, would you do something with him?
Yeah.
Well, somebody has to, Tony.
Just my kids, typically.
Nina.
Sometimes that's debatable.
She has to put up with you, honey. Oh, what do we got?
But anyhow,
Another 5 minutes. We'll be at the 2-hour mark.
so Raquel, have you cut hay yet this year?
No, I'm actually waiting to see. I haven't talked to him, but my dad said about 3 or 4 days ago that he was coming today. And if he does come, he usually gets here by noon, which is 15 minutes. So we may be cutting it today. I don't know why. Like when I first moved here, he helped me find all my machinery. The tractor I have, I think I paid like $500 for it. It didn't even run, and he fixed it up and got it running. So he bought me I gave him the cash, but he went and he found a hay bind and he found the baler, and he's never shown me how to use them. And he's
Hey,
never.
Jason, thanks for coming, buddy.
me do
Sorry.
it. He's always showed up and done the cutting and the baling. So I need to learn soon. Well, I did cut one time, second cut, and it was pretty short, but I blew the tire on the haybine and I never touched it again. And
Thanks,
I don't
Jason.
know why. Was it my driving or was it just time for the tire to go?
Well, fix it
Operator
and
error.
move on. That's what I do. Fix it and move on.
Yeah. I don't
They,
like, I understand you do the hookup with the pin, you do the PTO, and then when it comes to the 2 hydraulic lines, there's 4. So what do? Just pick
Well,
any set of 2 or?
yeah. Well, so 2 will be together and the other 2 will be together. So you have up, down for your haybine. And then maybe for your, does yours have a swing on it or is it pinned out?
So the swing has the big arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what my dad owns. I don't have that. Mine's very small.
So there's a couple.
I don't know what the pinned out means.
So it's offset and it just stays at offset.
Yes.
You can't.
Yep.
Can you rotate
That's
it
it.
at all?
I don't think so. You rotate when you turn the tractor.
Okay. Well, so then I'm not sure what the other set does. Maybe it has 2 lift cylinders. I don't know. I don't know what brand is it.
Well, that's the thing. When I said there's 4 hoses, but you only change 2, and here's the thing. This is why I don't cut hay, because I don't know what to do yet. So,
Well, just go out there and plug them in and see what moves.
yeah.
That's what I tell my kids whenever, like Landon, whenever I'm having him do something. It's like, well, plug it in.
Well, I'm going to
Surely-
have to do it one day, right? Because he won't last forever.
Yeah, you just-
And the belling is easy. So the only problem you run into belling is like you have problems like I had this year. You know, like all
You know
of the
what?
shear pins that I broke.
The
Or
one problem
knotters.
that we had 2 years ago, every 3rd, 4th bale was getting dropped. The twine wasn't tying.
Yeah.
And my dad couldn't figure out what was wrong. But then last year he put in different twine, never had one problem, never dropped any bales. So
Yeah.
I don't know if the roll itself, there was something wrong with it.
It could have been smaller diameter. Because I know my round beller, it hates the real thin stuff. If I put that thicker twine on there, it wraps and cuts so much better.
You put
But I
the
have a
one-
wire baler.
So you don't use the netting then, do you?
Oh, on one of the balers, I have a net wrap.
I've never seen net wrap on squares.
Well,
No,
we do
not-
round bales. We don't
I
pull
do
square bales.
both. I do rounds and squares, but it's the rounds. The net wrap is nicer, but in where Raquel lives at, I wouldn't use net wrap because whenever that crap freezes on there, you lose a whole roll wrap
Yeah,
of.
yeah. But
It,
we don't have a
with,
problem here.
You know what?
with twine. You can
If
just
you
cut it
got
and
a
pull it out.
good jackknife, or we call them X-Acto knives, you come and you just rip through all the twine. There's nothing wrong with that, and it's easier to pull off.
Yeah.
With the wrap, when it starts tearing and you lose little chunks of it all over the place. Yeah, sure, it's easier to get off when the weather is nice and warm, but in the winter when you're trying to pull that whole sheet of plastic off.
Well, so net wrap is a little different than like the plastic.
Yeah, the
No,
net
well,
wrap's like
silage,
square.
But I'm saying when you got twine, you have one string to pull
Right.
through
It's
ice.
a whole lot
Yeah.
better. I agree with you.
And when you have that netted pattern stuck in the ice, you're
Yeah.
pulling on many pieces, not just one little.
And you're
Fine.
losing almost a whole roll around the bell because of it, because it's all froze together.
And
See,
so
that's what I'm
that's
saying.
why
We
I'm
don't have that
thinking-
problem here.
That hay that I went to look at, and you know when alfalfa is wet. You know that smell. And that's what's happened. He net wrapped those bales, and it's been raining on them. And I think they're going to have a lot of mold and probably have lost quite a bit of hay in there. So,
Well, don't stack them together.
oh, I never do. Always single.
I'll stack my hay together, but I know what the moisture content is whenever I bale it.
Well, I don't need to know what the moisture content is. I can smell that they're wet.
So we keep ours in a barn up here.
Yeah. Well, we all can't have just hay barns.
But we all can't just have 14 tractors and 75 horses either, Mitchell.
Well, I don't have 14 tractors.
I don't either.
I wish I had 14 tractors.
I do too. I wish I could just jump on one tractor.
Well, Josh has
Jump on
4,000
the
square feet he's living in. How much do you have, Mitchell? I've got 890, and it's a trailer.
22 to 20,
Oh,
2,400.
that's crazy big.
It's not really.
That's
Mine is a-
Not with 5 people.
14 by 68, 1974 model. It still had the red shag carpet when I moved in.
I wish I had a tractor. Yeah.
I'll send you
Well,
a tractor, Tom.
So there are pros to not having tractors. You don't have repair costs.
Yeah.
You know what it costs to repair a tractor tire? I
Depends on
do.
the side.
I just
I
bought
know,
one.
yeah, I know.
Yeah, but how often do they go, though?
Well, it depends if you run a T-post through them or not.
Oh, jeez.
Speaking from experience, Mitchell.
And what was bad is it was a brand new tire to begin with.
Was that the
Oh.
front or the back?
It was the back.
That
Oh.
that one hurt.
And it hit both of them. It was duals.
Mm.
I was praying to dear baby Jesus.
You
That
guys-
makes me cry.
Do all tractors, like, I don't know enough about them, but, like, I've got water in mine.
Mhm.
Do you have that in yours, Mitchell?
Not in that tractor, but yeah, you put calcium in them.
Yeah, so we put it's kind of like fire extinguisher stuff.
Yeah, calcium chlorophyte.
I need
Yeah.
a bigger tractor, though, because every winter I got to chain it up and I still get stuck.
Oh yeah, we don't have that problem either.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
I'll
I
be
was pulling
cursing
the-
away.
We don't have snow. We get ice, but like I say, it's usually gone in a day or two.
If I bog myself down, I got to bucket myself out, and I'll just be cursing out there. And it makes you want to just sell and flee to somewhere warmer.
You know, my wife and I had this serious conversation the other day. Dead serious conversation. She's like, 'cause we were at the lake out on the boat, and she's like, "Why don't we sell everything, move back to town, buy us a boat, get an RV, and just live at the lake on the weekends?" Like, that would probably be cheaper.
Yeah. Well, I don't have any money, and it's all to my animals.
Yeah,
Like, why
that's-
do I need a trailer for my animals? Why is my feed bill like close to $500 a month or more? It's all the animals.
Yeah, just imagine what you would have if you didn't have all of the animals.
That I don't
I
know
don't
what
wanna
I would
talk
do
about
with that money, though, because I
Go to
don't
the
have
lake,
any.
Raquel. Go to the lake.
Go somewhere
Yeah, but
warmer.
then what's the fun of going to the lake when you don't have your dog beside you?
You can still have your dog.
Take your dog with you.
But that's what half of my feed bill is my dogs.
Oh shoot, that's not even a
Minimum.
fraction of mine.
I pay
Yeah.
minimum $300 a month for dog food.
How much is your dog food up there?
I worked on an ambulance.
It's $20 a
in-
bag, but I
It's
times
easy.
that by feeding 9.
Well,
Oh,
you probably
I only have 2 dogs.
so at home with Tom and Rhonda. My uncle is a light horse police officer at the Creek Nation and the Muskogee Nation. My phone is going off. Okay, Tony. Hey, Josh, send Tony the link to this. He said he wants to chat with you afterwards. He'll hop on. But so for feed bills, sorry, get
Mitchell?
sidetracked.
Do you realize that you got texted and now you were telling Josh to do something that he didn't even do for me?
Oh yeah, fair point, Tony. I'll text you.
Here, there's another one for you both. Is there a place to do that?
Or you could just post it in the chat.
Yeah.
That could be easier.
So feed bills. Josh, how much do you spend a month in feed?
I don't know. I'd have to look at the book. Plus, I buy mine in bulk.
Yeah, I do too.
I'll get a ton at a time. And
how long does a ton last you?
It probably lasts me, I don't know, a few months easy. Because I just do like a 5-gallon bucket a day to the cows just to keep them coming to the bucket.
What kind of feed is this?
It's just a mix I get from a feed mill.
Like grains?
Yeah. It's got molasses and
he still hasn't given a price.
Bean meal, and it cost me about $150 a ton. And that
my goodness, you guys! I'm spending
me a good 3-4 months.
Yeah, so that's where I was going, Raquel.
$22.50 is the cheapest bag of dog food in Walmart. That dog food might last me 2.5 days. So if you go, let's go a 30-day month, I would need 15 bags. So 15 times 20 goes back to $300. So minimum $300 for dog food. Then I go and buy molasses, rolled oats. I also buy wild bird seed because it has different grains for the chickens. And then I buy black oil sunflower seed, and I buy the layer feed. So when I go and do that, which is every couple of weeks, that costs me close to $100. And then I got to buy the hay, which is a couple $1,000 for the winter. So I'm spending at least $400 just on bagged feed for animals.
So,
well, there you go, Tom and Rhonda.
So for my goats, for a ton of feed, it costs $310.
Does that last a month?
For the most part, about 3.5 to 4 weeks. So for the most part, depends how much my boy's feeding at that day.
See, when I do my pigs, I got a 1,000-pound feeder out here. I just dump 1,000 pound in the automatic feeder, and it goes. It depends on how many pigs I got.
And do you get benefit from those goats, Mitchell? Are you eating them, selling them?
We make money off of the goats.
That's where he makes all his money, is his goats.
Yeah, you know what? I've only started watching Mitchell, maybe a month?
I just know from going to the sale barns around here, goats and sheep are way higher than cattle.
Yeah, they're the last load that we took wasn't very good, but the load before that we took to the sale barn was right at $5 a pound on the hoof.
Yeah.
I have no problem eating meat, but we did 4-H one year. My kids did. And who got stuck halter training these cattle? I did. And I got so attached to them, and I felt so bad on sale day, I couldn't do it again. So I don't think I could raise meat animals. I can eat the meat, but I don't want to look in the eye of the thing and say, yeah, I'm going to kill you right away. I don't know. I got a problem with that.
Well, when you
when you word
Say it like
it sounds
that,
harsh.
Raquel. Yes, it sounds bad, but like if you know
Well,
that that's the purpose
these-
of it.
These steers would come up to me and they would lick my face like a dog. They and then it was so hot on the day that they showed the cattle. They were laying down in the barn and I went there and I sat on them and it was like a pet. It wasn't something you should be eating. And I felt like Judas. So I never did it again.
So like the show pigs that we have, like the kids will get in there and they'll lay down with the show pigs and they'll just rub on them. Yeah. But we know that that's the intent of it to begin with. I think there needs to be a connection to your food. Otherwise, there's some unsettling facts about knowing where your food comes from.
Oh no, I'm not trying to promote these factory farms, but
and I get that.
I think it's easier to go and take out a deer in the wild because you haven't grown with that thing. I don't know. I'm just talking nonsense now. Are you trying to send him that link?
Yeah, I did.
I
sent it to you, Tony.
Or there's wild boar. Wild boar can be taken.
Yeah, but if they get over 100 pounds, they're not any good. Like we have a bunch of wild pigs around here, and if they get over 100 pounds, they're
real gamey.
No, they're real tough. It's like chewing a piece of rubber.
How do you even post the link?
So you hit down at the bottom where it has mute, stop camera settings, share.
Yeah.
If you click on share,
video file, slides, extra camera.
no, that's not it. My bad. Okay, so go
invite.
Yeah, invite. That's why I can't see. Hit invite, and it'll say copy to clipboard. Hit copy to clipboard.
Got it.
And then go over to the chat section. Left click, and then say paste, and hit paste, and it'll go that way.
It's not.
If you want to put it in the chat.
It's not letting me do it. I just got a little blinking line.
Share your screen. There's another way to do it. This way is the easiest.
Come on, move.
So okay, here do you have a regular mouse like this?
No, I just got the one on the.
Okay, so go up. Oh well, you got it. So go over there and left click it, or right click. I'm sorry.
Right click what?
The little box right where your mouse is. Over. No. Keep going over to the right. Keep going right. Right there. Now right click, and it says paste. Well, and then hit enter. And then now it is in the ether for everybody to see.
The interweb.
Yeah, the interwebs. I did say right click or left click. That was my fault.
Well, I was left clicking and wouldn't do nothing.
Well, Josh, I'm gonna have to get off here. We got to start getting ready for baseball games and things. Everything else we got to do. I got to get some water down to the pigs because we moved them down there where you have to haul water to them so they could be under some trees. What little trees we do have.
Brody come in here today?
Hey, Tony.
Much longer either.
Hello.
How's it going? Now you can remove it.
Great.
But yeah, so we just got more baseball games and stuff to do. all day. They played for 3 hours. 7 innings took 3 hours last night.
Wow.
It was a pretty good game though.
So, just real quick, since I'm on here, I just want to throw this out. When you had the conversation about, in order to be considered native, you had to have the card.
No, I'm talking about in their eyes. I'm not talking
In
about
their eyes, you are correct. But the problem I have with that is that I was raised Native American, powwows, lived on the reservation, blah, 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 blah. But because my mom didn't register us by the time we were 18 years old, and by the time we realized we could do it, it was too late. We were never registered. But I've always been raised and recognized as myself as Native American. You look at my mom, she looks full-blooded Indian, and I look nothing like that. So,
yeah, so you can still go back and like, well, at least in my tribe you can.
Yeah, my tribe won't let us do it. I mean, we can apply for it. They'll send a letter of what your blood trace is. But then we ran into a problem. So we were always told that my grandma was not Native American.
Oh, stupid.
After she passed away, we get a letter stating that she is. So now we're playing that battle of, and for me, it's nothing more than recognition. It's not that I want this or I want that. It's I want to justify what I have always lived, if in fact that's what I am.
Yeah.
Hey, Flicker Hill.
So
I'm gonna send this to you, Mitchell.
Oh yeah.
I done the 2020 version. Stupid. Stupid.
I'll do it.
Don't do that.
So,
Sorry.
in our tribe, as long as like I have the roll number of someone in my family and I can prove the lineage to that person, I could go back and get a roll number myself. Like in my card, even has roll number on it. The new ones don't have roll number. So
right. We live even where I live right now. I'm not on the reservation, but there's one right next to us, and the benefit you could get is discount on their services, things like that. You can go to the medical facility, different things like that. But
yeah, so the only thing that I can get is the medical because of so they base it off of your income level here. So.
Why would it be based off your income level? It should be based off of your right to that.
No, so like there's no discount. You don't get discounts for like going into like to anything like what Raquel was saying, like fuel and stuff. Like I wish I did. I'd go get discounts on fuel at $5 a gallon.
Right.
But the only benefits really are your commodities, and you can, if you live in the nation that you like, if I lived in Creek Nation, you can get on new construction stuff, you can get like your septics and your wells and your water wells. You can get those drilled at a discounted rate. But I don't live in Creek Nation or Cherokee Nation or Pawnee Nation. So with that being said, it doesn't do me any good, and I didn't build a brand new house to get that stuff to
right.
And
sorry, I didn't want to have to explain what I was doing because he wouldn't understand, and he just comes in and he tells me what's going on, and he's going to start the tractor now.
Oh, so you are about to cut hay?
Yeah. And the only thing that I really do is I help him hook up, like the pin backing up. And then I'll go watch him because if he has a breakdown, I'll drive back to the house and get what he needs. Sorry I interrupted you.
Oh, it's all right. But we were just kind of going over what we had talked about earlier about the whole the tribal thing, and like Jesse said, it's more bragging rights, really, for at least in my situation, just because.
Yeah, my mom was a card carrying member, and I don't have it.
So I didn't find out till later in life that So I went to college at OSU. So
So that's what's wrong with you.
so but there are alternatives to college and higher learning things that I could have, because my parents didn't make very much money, right? So I could have got as a young adult, but I didn't know about them until later in life. And now my kids won't even qualify because of what my income is as a young adult.
See, the only thing that helps me is my veteran status. I mean, once you get up over a certain percent of what they call disability, and that's different than like regular disability, because I could be 100% disabled according to the military and still work all I want. I'm not. I don't have that qualification, but I know several people. I mean, once you hit 30%, then you get a break on your property taxes, license plates. Kids go to any state school like IU, ISU, Purdue for nothing. But
Chuck went to LSU. That's what's wrong with Chuck. That's a football jab at Chuck.
I knew what it was. Him and Phil Robertson went to the same school.
Yeah, but like I said, I do. It looks just like him. Josh, you got a twin? You got a twin, Josh?
Yeah. He's better looking than I am.
This is my biggest one. He's over 100 pounds.
Yeah, what's wrong with you, Chuck? Is you like Steven and Mitchell?
Oh, I was just your LSU comment earlier. I was just poking at you a little bit, Chuck. There's nothing wrong with LSU as long as you're not talking about the football program.
What's LSU stand for?
Louisiana State University.
Yeah. I mean, we can't. OSU couldn't even make it to the national championship, so I can't say a whole lot, Chuck. I was just having fun. But Oklahoma did. But anyhow.
Erica, that's Flicker Hill, isn't it? Mitchell.
Yeah.
I don't have my list beside me. I can't remember all these people's names all the time anymore. I'm getting horrible about it.
Get a piece of paper, start writing.
No, I said OSU.
I have a list.
Oklahoma State University.
Archaeology just downstairs.
I'm working on getting my office started.
I've got a list of people's names that I talk to regularly on here, or I see regularly on here, and once I get my office done, I'll have it in there. But I'm still working on it because all the kids are gone, so I'm turning one of the bedrooms into an office and knocking out a wall and making the kitchen bigger, and that way the kids can get back.
Looking at my numbers, I finally went over 250.
Nice. I lost somebody last night. I think I made him mad.
I think, Raquel, you're probably going to catch me pretty quick because I hit 558, and I have been at 558 for a while now.
You know what? I was just under 200 last November, so I'm going pretty slow.
I'm an 805 now. But that short video I put out, almost 16,000 views. It's 15,877. What do I do here?
Yeah, I don't know where my video is posted. That one where I was just feeding the horses oats, this is a big deal for me because I'm so tiny. It's got 320 views.
Yeah.
So obviously people who are not sub to me saw it.
Hey, Canadian Jim. There's your neighbor.
You know, I was looking at the numbers last night. Probably, I think it said 72% of the people that watch my stuff are unsubscribed.
That's the way mine is. Mine's horrible about that. Let me see.
But I mean, I guess at least they're watching it. I guess.
That's the thing. When you go into this, what they call this community, and you gain people, they don't end up watching you, and you get your views elsewhere. But those people who are viewing aren't joining you. So you need those people from the community so that you can get your number over the 1K that's needed.
Yeah.
And then every view benefits you after that. But
yeah, I
That's
think.
right. Go ahead. Ignore me.
Oh, it's just you're right. So I have 580, right? But probably 100 people watch my stuff. So,
but if you didn't have those 400, you wouldn't have a community page.
right,
So it's still beneficial to have them.
right, it is beneficial. I just definitely beneficial, but
Yeah, 48% of the people watching my stuff aren't subscribed. But I think a lot of people think it's kind of like a magazine subscription or something we have to pay. I don't think a lot of people understand.
I was there when I first
been
started
taught.
YouTube. I thought I ain't subscribing. I'm not paying these people to watch their stuff. And
Yeah.
it was
Hey, Jules.
I started off watching Stacy and
Oh,
Doug.
and what's up, brother? Doug and Stacy.
Yeah, and the reason I found all of you guys is because other people had them as one of their tags. So that's how I got into this community. Otherwise, I wouldn't have known you guys. He's mute.
how I found everybody was Redbird Farms, actually, or Brenda. I've seen her at somewhere, and next thing you know, I went to MT Homestead, and then I found Steven's channel, and then I found everybody else. But I do have to get off here. I got to start getting ready for this baseball game, and I got to, like I said, water the pigs and things. So I'll catch everybody later. Thanks for having me on, Josh.
Hey, thanks for all the help, Mitchell.
I can hear
Yeah.
the tractor rumbling, so I need to get going too. So
Yeah, I need to get going.
see
I
you,
got
Mitchell.
See
gotta
you,
go to-
Rico.
Sam's Club here for a bit. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. Thanks for coming up, Raquel.
Yes, thank you for
see y'all.
having me.
We'll see you all on the live somewhere soon, I'm sure.